afternoon, friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be taking these jalapenos that I just got from the garden and we are going to be turning these into some jalapeno jelly. So let's get started. Alright friends, so our first step is we're going to go ahead and remove the stem, cut our jalapenos in half and remove all the seeds. Make sure you're wearing rubber gloves when you're doing this process. Alright friends, so now that I have de-seeded and cut my jalapenos in half, we're going to dice them up a little bit more and then we're going to throw them into the blender and we're going to get them blending. Alright friends, so I've got all my ingredients ready to go. For this recipe, I'm going to be following the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. This recipe that you can find is for easy jalapeno jelly on page 129 in the book. So let's get started with putting all of the ingredients that we need to in the blender. You're gonna do 12 ounces of your chopped jalapenos, and you put this into either a blender or a food processor, whichever you have, you can definitely use. And we have 2 cups of vinegar, and it says to use a cider vinegar, so I'm using apple cider vinegar. We're gonna put 1 of these cups into the blender. We're gonna go ahead and blend this into a puree. Alright friends, so now that this is blended into a puree, we're going to go ahead and put it into a stainless steel pot. Add the remaining of your apple cider vinegar, 6 cups of sugar. Once your sugar is all stirred in, we're going to go ahead and put this on the stove and we're going to bring it to a boil. We want to dissolve all of the sugar that is here. So I'll meet you all at the stove. Alright friends, so I went ahead and changed my pot. I got a bigger pot and I have now brought this to a boil. This is going to boil for 10 minutes on high heat, stirring consistently, and after 10 minutes then we're going to go ahead and put our pectin in. Alright friends, so for the last step we're going to be stirring in our pectin. For this recipe it calls for your liquid pectin. I am using Sure-Gel and it comes in packets and you're going to be using 2 of these packets. So let's go ahead and stir this in. Alright friends, we're going to go ahead and stir in our pectin and we're going to bring it back to a boil. Once it comes back to a full rolling boil that you cannot stir down, we're going to count for 1 minute. Alright, 1 minute starting now. Definitely starting to thicken. Now turn off your stove and remove this from the heat. Alright friends, so now that this is done, I've got my jars all ready. And we are going to go ahead and skim off any foam that is on, just so our jars can look pretty. Alright, so now that the foam is all out, we are going to start ladling our jelly into our jelly jars. You want to make sure you leave a ½ inch of headspace. I opted not to add food coloring to my jelly. It said you can do that to give it that green look, but I don't want to add any food coloring to my jellies. Now you're going to go and clean the rims of your jars. Add your clean lids to the top of your jars. Then add your rings, finger tight. Now your jars are ready to go into the canner. Alright friends, so now I have my canner ready. We are going to be processing our jars in a water bath canner. We need to go ahead and place our jars into here with my little tool. Let's go ahead and put our jars into the canner. My jars are now completely submerged with water by at least 1 to 2 inches. Alright friends, so now that this is done, we're going to go ahead and place the lid on top. Alright friends, so now that I've placed the lid on top, I will be waiting for this to come to a complete boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn on my timer for 10 minutes. And this is going to water bath can for 10 minutes. I'll see y'all back when this is done. Alright friends, so it's been 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and remove our lid. Make sure that you're opening it away from you so the steam does not hit you in the face. And then we are going to let this rest for 5 minutes and then we'll go ahead and pull out our jars. Alright friends, and there we have it. Our jalapeno jelly is done. Now we just need to let it sit here for 12 to 24 hours. We want to make sure that they fully seal. You will know they seal when you take off the rings and you cannot pull off the lids. Also, you'll be hearing a pinging sound and that is your jar sealing. Once that has been done, you can go ahead and clean them, label them, and put them in your pantry. For whatever reason, if they do not seal, you need to go ahead and process them 1 more time. If they do not seal a second time, go ahead and stick them in the refrigerator or into your freezer and use them up quicker than you would if they were in your pantry. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with friends and family. As always, I hope all is well and have a blessed day.